Hello and welcome to the Path of Least Resistance. I'm Versailles. Today we're going to do a run using Ashe against the Lady of Luminosity, Lux Adventure, and the Teamfight Adventures. For Relics we have Grand General's Counterplan, Guardian Angel, and Archangel's Staff. I would probably just use two Grand General's Counterplan, except that sometimes people don't have the first one. It's available through Vi's 2-star campaign. So get Vi to 2 stars, and then special adventures will open up that you can do with her, and then if you complete it, you get the Grand General's Counterplan, and then if you want a second one, I think you have to get it from the Emporium. So in the shop, in the Emporium, there's going to be, underneath the Gold Reliquary, there's going to be a thing you can buy for Stardust. Sometimes this will be Grand General's Counterplan or Stalker's Blade, Gale Force, that kind of thing. So, yeah, that is how you get it, but you might not have access to two, so we're just going to do it with one, and we're going to use Guardian Angel as our filler relic, and again, I would use the second Grand General's Counterplan. Overwhelm is also pretty good, and then Archangel's Staff is for the mana to play the frostbite that we're going to create. So we go into Lux. For the augment, I think you probably want Clear Mind just so you can get Ashe down on 2. You might need a delay until 3 anyway, but it still gives you extra mana that you can play for like Flash Freeze or Avaros and Frostbite guy. Rampant Wolf is also very good. So Ashe's main thing that makes her strong is that she frostbites the strongest unit, and then you can take advantage of that with a Rampant Wolf. Here, I think we're just gonna drop. We could drop the wolf and kill something, which isn't bad, but I think we just have more defense if we drop Omen Hawk here. And then we pass. They didn't attack with that guy, even though they should have. We're gonna Flash Freeze, and we'll actually Flash Freeze again, and then we can block. Could have let the Omen Hawk die, and then we would have had more mana for Ashe. That probably would have been a good idea. Or more mana for Clear Mind, not Ashe specifically. I think we'd probably pass here. We get Frostbite again, but I don't think that really accomplishes much here because of Ultra Barrier. We're gonna Crystal Arrow, and then we'll drop our wolves. And now we have a way to start removing their units. And we can always use Flash Freeze. Also, anything that has 0 power can't block, so you can take advantage of that as well. Flash Freeze here, so we don't lose our guy. We could have. I overspent mana here by playing the Wild Claw. I shouldn't have. Would have been much better if I had saved the mana for Flash Freeze. So a bit of a mistake there. And like I said, they can't block if they're frostbitten. But I kind of like that as an ending maneuver more than an early maneuver. So clearing out the board I think is still useful. And so here with 4 Flash Freeze, you know, no threats at all. So Flash Freeze 3 of them, And then when we attack, we'll flash freeze the last one. Since nothing can block, we just win the game. That's kind of the idea. Remove their units. Frostbite anything you can't remove. It's gonna take Succumb to the Cold here. Dawn and Dusk is actually also not bad. Actually kind of really good. But I think Succumb to the Cold is more defensive, so probably a little bit better. And then if you take Fiddlesticks, it guarantees that you'll draw Ashe. I do like the mana gem on Warding Stone, that's actually worth 2 mana. So Trendemir package, probably not bad. Wolf Rider could also be another mana gem. Don't hate it, but I think force drawing Ashe is maybe worth a little bit more. Our games are also going to go long, so... Scribe of Sorrows is really good, although less good with Clear Mind, since you're probably going to be skipping round 1. But I think Swiftwing Flight is the easier path, so we're going to go down this way. Then, since this says Farsight Alteration, we don't have to keep it in hand. I do like keeping the Wolf. Again, we're forced to draw Ashe because we took Fiddlesticks, so we don't have to worry about that. Formidable is going to be our biggest problem here, actually. We're going to Ice Veil. And given our mana situation, we're probably going to play Succumb to the Cold. And we lose all our units, which is fine, because we get that Clear Mind bonus. I think I do want to play Ashe here. I also kind of want the Wolf on board. Wolf is what lets us actually start removing units from the board, which is really strong. And we just need to build a board because next round is going to be probably a little bit scary. So yeah, see, we're taking 24 damage here, and they attacked before we could respond or prevent any damage. We have 2 Flash Freezes in hand and Guardian Angel on Ashe, so it's fine. We just get a new Ashe, take a little bit of damage, drop our Wolf, drop Avaros and Sentry. It's actually kind of annoying. I'm gonna Flash Freeze here, and then we can pull, and pull, and this probably... Actually, this is Formidable, we don't want it. I don't know, it might be worth just holding the Flash Freeze. We could play Wild Claw if we wanted, or we could save a little bit of mana and use Shared Spoils. I'm gonna go that direction instead. We can't start removing units from the board. You know, things are a little bit scary. Could Crow Storm, but I think that's incorrect. I'm gonna Flash Freeze here. And then we do need to keep Ashe alive this time. Or you could actually just play new Ashe, that's fine. And we got lucky, she grew. So we can just Frostbite the thing that's hitting the Wolf. And that's better for us anyway. Play Shallow Siren to get that Terrify going. They'll eventually draw into our Fiddlesticks. Let's make it more likely. Then when Fiddlesticks comes down, it'll, you know, just kill all their units. Our guys are stronger than their guys, so we can attack here. And we can Flash Freeze just for the Hex Tech Fabricator. Yeah, it doesn't matter what happens anymore. I think they're also almost out of cards, yeah. So, we're in a pretty good spot. Just Flash Freeze twice. You take 0 damage. Pass the turn. So we got hit a little bit because we weren't able to get early control. There's a lot of units, a lot of swarm there, which was kind of a problem for us, but overall, I mean, it was fine. Take Bakai Reaper here because he's cheap. And we'll get rid of our worst card, which is... I think Everose and Trapper. We go into Dauntless Vanguard. As long as none of our guys die, this is probably okay. When our guys start dying is when we're gonna have problems. You just re-roll everything, looking for Flash Freeze, Succumb to the Cold. Actually, Succumb to the Cold is Farsight, so it doesn't matter, but Rhyme Wolf, also good. Iceveil Archer, also very good. Drop an Archer. We block and Succumb. And we pass. We drop Ashe. There's some expectation that they'll use single combat here, and we can Flash Freeze that. If they have to... I can't do anything about that. But we did plan for the first one, so, you know, at least we knew what was gonna happen. Crystal Arrow will do a little bit here. Not too much though, unfortunately. Take 7. Kind of unavoidable. Drop our Wolf. Drop Everose and Sentry. Drop another Wolf. There's still another single combat in their deck, at least one. I actually don't know their deck list entirely. So we'll Flash Freeze here. And we'll challenge, and we'll attack with Ashe as well. And we Flash Freeze. Again, we're just trying to clear the board so that when they attack, it's less dangerous for us. So we're gonna throw some units away here. These two live, so we'll Flash Freeze. I'm kind of short on Flash Freezes in my hand, which is why 2 Grand General's Counterplan is really good. We'll attack. This is the strongest. Ashe roughly survives. If I kill here, it'll just give them another Dauntless Vanguard, so we don't really want to do that. This is also why Overwhelm's pretty good. If you have Overwhelm, all of that will actually do damage also, which is nice. They still have a full board, which is annoying, but seems fine, I guess. Flash Freeze. Flash Freeze. So we can just attack here, this guy can't block. And then we have 2 Flash Freezes to cover anything else that blocks. Probably should have played Shared Spoils while I could have. So that's some damage. That's even more. Unexpected. Block as best we can. Really did not expect that. That's such a high mana play. But, I mean, still fine. Should be able to just win here. think? You can flashbite, flash freeze, frostbite, both of those words, and then attack, and then nothing can block. Again, took a bit of damage, but it's fine. We have a healer coming up anyway, not a big deal. Fang Wolf doesn't need Black Cleaver. Quicksand's not bad. Battlesmith also fine, although 3 or less health might not be very common. You can take Quicksand. Removing positive keywords can do a lot. And power or champion items chest. I think powers are more important for Ashe. And this power, not good. We're not using skills at all, so kind of a whiff there, but it's fine. Purchase healing. Normally I buy a power anyway, but wanted to save my gold. It was an expensive power.
Well, okay.
Alright, so annoying things on Poppy. You can get hit with their stun. You can get hit with the thing that sends you back to your deck. Those are both bad. They're going to grow 1 unit really big, which actually isn't a problem for us because we're going to frostbite it. So, see there, that doesn't matter at all. We can drop our wolf here. If we do, we don't get an extra mana gem, but it lets us kill Poppy, so I think it's fine. And having the wolf on the board is something I like anyway. A little tempted to pass, but we'll just drop Ashe. We'll challenge this way. This lets Ashe attack and turn the sky's power to 0, and then Ashe doesn't die from the other one. And we'll drop the Omen Hawk to have an extra blocker. Again, their strongest unit never does anything to us, so their power is countered here. A crystal arrow. And then they let us Ice Veil Archer. We'll flash freeze the double attack. And we can just block the other one. Take 1 impact damage. Drop Shallow Siren. They'll start letting us get through their deck. And we can also do that with Crow Storm. Let's get rid of their biggest unit. I like to check the eye to make sure I'm not forgetting something. And we'll Crow Storm here. We do want Fiddlesticks to come out. Flash freeze. Can also quicksand. Maybe I should have just used quicksand there, so that they can't, so that I can block them because they're elusive. I think I'm fine to just attack here. We'll challenge this guy so that he dies, and then not exactly sure what's gonna happen. So I'll lose 2 units, I get 2 kills, seems fine to me. Then we can play Alpha Wildclaw. Could also preserve some of Ashe's health by just flash freezing here. And we still get to play Wildclaw. And we still have 2 flash freeze in hand and succumb to the cold. So we're very safe for next round. Fiddle levels up. We flash freeze. Flash freeze. I'm actually gonna switch these out. Not sure why Wildclaw lives here, but I guess it's fine. And we'll Crow Storm. Okay, it's because of the team building thing. Trade affinity. By removing one of the extra Yordles, we reduce their damage by 1. I kill Poppy here. Again, we're just attacking with everything because I don't want to figure out anything. And roughly, with all the flash freezes in hand, like, we're probably not going to lose anything important. And of course, getting rid of their board, very important to us. This is fine, we have Spell Shield. Second one, can't stop, but it does let us play new Fiddlesticks. Which is probably worse for them than had that not occurred. Here we can just attack him in the game, flash freeze 1 so it can't block. Potentially I could have done that earlier, like a round or 2 ago. But I wasn't paying too much attention, so... The way I think about the game is if I'm not gonna die, I'm not concerned about playing more, which is actually a bad way. So I don't always look for lethal, sometimes I'm just playing to be safe, and then once I'm safe I stop thinking about it. Take Excavator's Charge, it'll just let Ashe grow a little bit. And for our augment, I actually kind of want team building for the champion duplicator. That'll give us the extra Grand General's Counterplan proc that I wanted. And we'll go into Battlesmith. Also having 2 Ashe on the board means when you attack you're going to frostbite 2 units. So that's really nice. And again, because we took Fiddlesticks, we don't have to worry about not drawing her champion, so that's also a positive. Icefield Archer to Frostbite, and then Omen Hawk as our second blocker. Unfortunately we got challenged, which I probably should have known was going to happen. And a Frostbite here, it'll only take 2. And again, unfortunately, that guy's still on the board, so I lose out on Clear Mind, but it's okay. I think. Saved by Guardian Angel. I think the most important thing to do here is live. So we're gonna start with Crystal Arrow. And yeah, that's a lot of damage. We can stop 11, and then this is burst, so we would make a blocker. Which stops 12 damage, which I think is better than flash freezing another one. So let's do that, -4, then we block. Wasn't ideal, Challenger's kind of messing us up. Drop a wolf. I'm afraid of a second single combat. I'm gonna play Champion Duplicator here. And then we don't have enough to play the wolf if I'm worried about single combat.
As the arrow flies. Avarosans, stand together.
It's really unlikely they have it. So we'll drop our second wolf. So now we're good. As far as I'm concerned. Like, what could they possibly do here? Flash freeze. Flash freeze. Block. Flash freeze. Barbarosan Sentry. I don't think we have 40 damage here. Yeah, not quite. So we're not winning this round. So we can be really defensive here and just remove their two strongest units. And then the others will block and probably die here. Okay, we know all their cards. Not worried about anything. Flash freeze. Flash freeze. Double block. Pass. And pass. And pass. Attack with everything, win the game. Harsh Winds is amazing. Smooth Soloist. There's a lot of good cards here. Perfection's always good. Not sure what Epic Escapades hits in our deck. It's looking like nothing. So that seems like we're not taking that. Feral Senses even isn't that bad because it lets you pick your next card, but I think overall probably just rerolling here is better. And something like Trifarian Might we can probably make use of. Not sure how yet, but we'll figure it out. Calm the Cold is not bad. Spellburn is good. And we'll go through Echoes of the Past. I think it's easier than Broodfather, but maybe it's not, I don't know. We can control our damage, minus the Spellburn, but Spellburn only does one, so it's not going to add too many chimes in anyway. Yeah, so overall I'm not worried here. Chimes are only bad if they get a ton of them, although that triple start wasn't great for me. Flash freeze is probably the best idea. Kind of wanted to, I don't know, be able to play my wolf down, but this is fine. I'm gonna play the wolf now. No, it's just, Ashe is just smarter. But it would have let us kill Master Thrift, Mr. Thrift, which I think would have been valuable. So if we attack here, they're gonna let damage through and they're gonna get a bunch of chimes. I don't think that's a good plan. Although, we have so much frostbite that it probably doesn't matter anyway. Realistically. I'm just not ready to win the game quite yet. Should be fine. We have 2 flash freezes every round. Drop our wolf, flash freeze, and block. Drop Shallow's Siren, and I guess Omen Hawk just to get it out of our hand. This looks like we win. Okay, we don't because we get stunned. And we're gonna play our flash freezes. It'll do 1 damage from the Spellburn, but also uses the Hextech Fabricator. I'm gonna pass until they decide what they want to do.
The time is right. Strike
flash freeze, block and block, although I don't need a block because it has 0 power anyway. And I guess we could play the 2 Bakai Reapers, no reason not to. Back with everything here. Flash freeze 2 of them. And then the other 2 will also go to 0 power. And nothing can block. I actually don't know what I want to do here. I think Spell Shield is probably worthwhile. Harsh Winds with Farsight's not bad either. We're not forced to take our champion because we start with it anyway. Reroll, see if we can get a better power. Gearing up is probably bad because we're using Clear Mind, but I'm gonna take the cost reduction on Succumb to the Cold. And then we can remove a card here. Kinda don't have a bad card actually. Yeah, I'm kinda happy with the deck. Is Avros and Sentries maybe the worst? We go into Lux. So because we have Spell Shield and Guardian Angel, they shouldn't be able to remove Ashe. And then if we get a Wolf, we'll be able to kill Lux. So I think we'll be okay here.
You don't know what you're doing.
This place reeks of foul magic.
Frostbite 1.
Confine and contain.
You don't know what you're doing.
Have to be a little bit careful. I think I'm just gonna Harsh Winds.
Root them
So
out.
block here, Harsh Winds. Get a Wolf. Not sure what happens if I put Ashe down, but she has Spell Shield, so it's probably fine.
Faster than my arrow. Better. Lighter than before.
Champion Duplicator here. We can attack, I think it's fine. I don't think there's a downside here. I guess giving them spells is a downside. Probably eat a Final Spark. Let's pass and see what happens.
No backing down.
Succumb to the Cold. Flash Freeze.
Strike now.
Flash Freeze.
These are
Don't take nothing. And we can drop Omen Hawk for no particular reason.
by the light.
Okay, so Final Spark doesn't work. It doesn't do the overwhelm damage, that's good to know. Killed the Lux. New Lux. Let's attack here. Kill Lux. And we can play the Flash Freezes for the Hextech Fabricator. Depending on what they do, we win next round. Probably not anymore. Nice fail Archer. Yeah, they're not going to attack, so I can't remove them.
Time is right. Strike now.
Flash Freeze, Flash Freeze. Attack with everything, actually only had to do one of those. And because they can't block, we good. That is Ashe against the Lady of Luminosity. It's a little slow, but I mean, fairly safe. We did take 15 damage in a number of fights, just getting online. But you can see, like, if you have 2 Grand General's Counterplans, which we created with the champion duplicator, that you're able to control basically all of the damage, and that's really strong, especially with like your normal draws that are also frostbite, and your starting power, which is frostbite as well. So yeah, I mean, and this is a build that uses Guardian Angel, which actually did help us a few times, kept us alive in places where otherwise we would have died. So I think that was pretty nice. I think the second Grand Generals is still probably better overall, but if it makes it so that if you make a mistake, like maybe playing too early while they still have mana available for a single combat or something, and then you don't have the mana to flash freeze in return, then that still gives you a safety net from the Guardian Angel. And also if you were to die from playing poorly, it gives you an extra revive, so it's never a bad choice in my opinion. And yeah, that is all for me. Thank you for watching. If you like what I'm doing, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.